I have been having all kinds of fun working on that no count cross stitch kit I got at the Hobby Lobby clearance sale, and I've been wondering whether it would be a lot more fun to work on something where I actually liked the subject matter and it wasn't just a flower. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. I took a leap of faith and made my first purchase from AliExpress, which made me kind of nervous, but how far wrong can you go for $14.22? I know that copyright is a concern, and we're going to talk about that at the end. I did enough homework that I am sure that this kit is a public domain image. We'll get to that at the end. Let's show you what I got. I can't find the exact name of this painting, but I was able to find out who the artist is. I can't pronounce his name, but he died in the 1940s, which means that this is in the public domain. So not a concern there. I read the listing for this kit probably more carefully than I have ever read any listing for a kit or pattern ever. I wanted to make sure I got it right because there is printed and unprinted and different counts of fabric and cotton or silk floss, and there's just a lot to it. I found what I thought was what I wanted. I placed my order, and the date of delivery was estimated at July 30th. I received it on July 18th. I don't even know how they can get it to me that fast. My first concern was that I wanted my printed cross stitch to be printed, and it is. It is huge. I ordered a larger size because I don't know how the level of detail in that painting is going to convert to cross stitch. This is 11 count because 11 count is what I have been enjoying stitching on with that flower, and I wanted to make sure the squares were big enough that I could see them. This is huge. It is 70 by something. 58 by 78 is what it says here on the canvas itself. I'm not sure. It looks like the symbols, if I'm careful and pay attention and don't make the mistake I made last week, I should be able to stay out of trouble. The color numbers seem to match up to DMC. I know the floss that they sent with this is not DMC. Can't imagine that it is. And it's not DMC packaging. So yes, I know that it's not DMC, but if I run out of a color, at least I know what color to substitute. That's another point in the favor of this kit. It's in skeins. I think, yeah, all of the colors are skeins. I am going to bobbinate all of this and put it in a project box because this is a big project. I think I'm going to start in the middle where one of the ladies is, so before I get too many hours into it, I can get an idea of how maybe this is going to look, because based on the colors that are stamped on the Ada, I think that's an arm, and I think that's her hair and face, but we'll see it when I stitch it. I'm kind of feeling like I wanted to do this to play with. I'm not going to guilt myself about getting it done quickly or getting it done at all if it turns out that I don't like it. It's an experiment. It came with some thread snips and a seam ripper and I guess it's a little baby pincushion and a needle threader. I'm very happily, pleasantly surprised by this kit. I am looking forward to getting to work stitching this. I've got some other stuff going on right now, so it's probably going to be a couple of weeks while I tie up some other loose ends unless I cave and start at first. I'm fine either way. I'm excited about this. I love old paintings reinterpreted in cross stitch. And I know that I do not have it in me to do a Hade. So this may be the way for me to do that. And I'm I'm excited about this. I wish that it was easier to buy no count cross stitch without worrying about your source. What I did is I went on AliExpress and I searched. I looked for images that were obviously very old. The one I originally found, I think, was from the 1700s, but it had sold out. This one, like I said, the artist died in the 1940s, so it should be old enough. And then I looked through that seller's shop to see what else they were selling and if I saw any blatant ripoffs, because there are so many. You can see dimensions kits and mirabilias and lavender and lace and everything under the sun. I didn't find anything on this company's website that I was concerned about. So between that and feeling confident about this image, I did a reverse image search on Google, and that is why, even though I don't know the name of the painting, I have a pretty good idea of how old it is, and that no other cross-stitch company has issued it as a kit, even though the fact that Riolis or Dimensions or someone has issued a piece of classical artwork as a kit, if it's in the public domain, doesn't mean it's hands off for everybody else. If by any chance you know of a company that sells reputable no-count cross-stitch, let me know. I looked and I couldn't find anything, and that was really disappointing because it seems a shame that the entire technique has a tarnished reputation. I can't wait to start stitching, and once I have enough done to tell if it's going to look decent or not, I'll do a video and show it off to you. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. I'll be back with you with more videos soon.